Today, we're talking about emotional maturity, choosing not to argue, but instead stepping back, protecting your energy, and letting people's actions expose who they really are. If you've been asking, should I keep fighting or should I let go? This one is for you. Let me tell you something. Arguing is overrated. You can scream, explain, repeat yourself 100 times, and still, nothing changes. That's because arguing doesn't prove maturity. It just proves you're still fighting for someone who already decided they don't want to understand. Real power? It's not in shouting. It's in silence. It's in pulling back, letting them fumble, and watching the truth reveal itself. Why arguing feels like quicksand. Think about the last time you argued with someone who wasn't listening. Did you walk away feeling understood, or did you walk away exhausted? Arguing feels like quicksand. You keep sinking deeper, using all your energy, while the other person digs their heels in. No one wins. You're not convincing them. They're not convincing you. All you've done is drain yourself. That's where emotional maturity comes in. Maturity is realizing, I don't have to keep pulling someone to the water if they refuse to drink. Emotional maturity equals control. See, falling back isn't weakness, it's control. Anybody can argue, anybody can throw words around, but it takes real strength to say, you know what? I'm not wasting my energy here. And when you do that, something shifts. You stop reacting and you start responding. You stop trying to win the fight and you start protecting your peace. That's the difference between someone who's ruled by their emotions and someone who rules over them. And that's what emotional maturity looks like. Self-control in the face of chaos. Here's the twist. When you stop arguing, you don't lose ground. You gain it. Because suddenly, the spotlight's not on your reaction anymore. It's on their behavior. And now, everyone gets to see who they really are without you covering for them, watching them fumble. This is the part that stings, but it's necessary. When you pull back, you see the truth. Will they take accountability, or will they trip over their own actions? Will they step up, or will they expose themselves as careless, selfish, or immature? When you fall back, you give people space to show you who they really are. And trust me, they will. Sometimes, that silence is louder than any argument you could ever make. And here's the beauty of it. You don't have to play referee. You don't have to beg. You don't have to explain. You just watch. And the truth speaks for itself. Have you ever stepped back and suddenly saw someone's true character? Did they own up, or did they prove exactly why you were wasting your breath? Share your story in the comments, because your experience might remind someone else why silence is powerful. Why silence feels uncomfortable, but powerful. Let's be real. Silence isn't easy. We live in a world that wants instant responses, instant clapbacks, instant reactions. So when you hold your tongue, when you fall back, it feels uncomfortable at first. You want to defend yourself. You want to set the record straight. But here's the secret. Silence unsettles people more than shouting ever will. When you don't argue, they have nothing to push back against. They're left with their own behavior, their own words echoing back at them. And most people can't handle that mirror. And this is where emotional maturity becomes a superpower. Because while they're stumbling over their own mess, you're calm, collected, and in control. You didn't lose. You leveled up. Protecting your energy. Every argument costs you energy. Emotional, mental, even physical energy. And if you're constantly defending yourself, repeating yourself, or proving yourself, you're burning yourself out. But when you fall back, that energy comes back to you. You stop pouring into battles that don't deserve you. You start reinvesting that energy into yourself, your goals, your peace, your growth. And suddenly, you feel lighter, stronger, more focused. Because here's the truth. You can't build your future. if you're constantly stuck proving you're present to someone who doesn't want to see it. Emotional maturity is about choosing your battles. Being mature doesn't mean you never speak up. It means you know when to speak up and when it's not worth your breath. Sometimes you address it once, maybe even twice, but after that, falling back is the mature move. It's not about letting people walk over you. It's about realizing you don't need to fight with people who were never trying to meet you halfway. So here's the lesson. Arguing might make you feel heard for a moment, but falling back keeps you powerful forever. When you refuse to argue, you're not weak, you're wise. You're emotionally mature enough to say, I don't need to prove myself to anyone. And in that silence, you see the truth. You watch them fumble, and you realize you didn't lose anything. You gained peace, clarity, and control. So the next time someone tries to pull you into a pointless argument, remember this. Maturity isn't about winning the fight. It's about knowing when the fight isn't worth it. Protect your peace, guard your energy, and let them fumble on their own.